How does access to a parcel of land affect the value of it?
That's probably one of the most significant impacts on, as far as the value is concerned. The ideal is that we have road frontage. We have the property is immediately accessible to a public right-of-way, a state road or a county road. Much of the property in Chatham County is accessed by private road. The county puts significant limitations on what you can or can't do if the property is accessed by a private road. Also, because it's a very old county, there are a lot of people that just assume that they have a right-of-way because they've always used that road, and in fact they don't. So I have recently I had a significant acreage property right off of Highway 64. They've been using the road for over 100 years, and this was what was known as a ditch-to-ditch easement, which means it wasn't even described by how many feet wide it was. The county requires that you have at least a 60-foot right-of-way if you wish to subdivide your property. So these people had well over 100 acres, but because it was accessed by a ditch-to-ditch easement, they weren't able to subdivide the property for a residential subdivision. And this property was right next door to a residential subdivision, and it had beautiful line of sight to Highway 64, yet it was limited to what you could or couldn't do to the property. So it can have a significant, so the ideal thing is we want public right-of-way. If it doesn't have public right-of-way, we have to figure out what we can or can't do. We want to make sure that it has good legal access. We're not allowed to sell landlocked property.
Wow. Now, since they've been using that road for 100 years, do they have any legal?
Yeah, it's called adverse possession, and so people assume that they have the right because they've been using it for X amount of years, but really the technical nitty-gritty is they'll probably win, but they have to sue for it.
Okay.
So, and it's not, that's not always the ideal. So when I have somebody who wants to come in and they want to sell a property in a month or two, and we notify them that that road that they've been using for 100 years isn't deeded access, it causes a lot of heartache and pain or whatever, but it's something that we need to clear up, and they'll be better off in the long run.
Okay.